Hey, how's it going guys? ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to go over a few new details regarding God of War Ragnarok, and man, I'm very much looking forward to it. First of all, I want to actually go over the article that's been talked about at God of War as well, coming officially from the PlayStation blog. Now, first of all, let's get into it. I want to read it out and give you my thoughts right after as well. We couldn't be more excited here at the Santa Monica Studios to finally share our first real look at God of War Ragnarok with all the fans who have been very patiently waiting for an update. As you can see in the trailer, we picked up a few years after the events of the God of War 2018. The freezing winds of Fimbulwinter have come to Midgard, making survival for Kratos, Atreus, and Mimir in the Norse wilds even more challenging than before. While the last game built an enormous amount of trust and the understanding between father and son, there's still a great deal of complexity in their interactions, especially after their revelation of Atreus' giant heritage and the hidden prophecy only Kratos saw. Atreus is desperately curious. Like most young people, he wants to understand why he's more than anything. In this case, he wants to understand who he could be. The mystery of Loki's role in the upcoming conflict is something that Atreus cannot let go of. He wants to keep his family safe, but Atreus also doesn't want to stand by and do nothing while conflict consumes the Nine Realms. Kratos, still bearing the knowledge of his past mistakes, wants to spare Atreus the bloody lessons he learned from his conflict with gods. He wants to keep his son safe, above all, and their confrontation with Baldur has vindicated their belief that only tragedy will come from further entanglements with the Aesir. Together, Kratos and Atreus will have to make choice about which path they will take. Whatever they choose will define the fate of all those living in the Nine Realms as the Ragnarok approaches. So we're getting into agony and vengeance. We show a brief look at two of the main antagonists who'll face in God of War Ragnarok, Freya and Thor. Because of Kratos' actions at the end of the previous game, the once ally turned enemy Freya has sworn vengeance for the death of her son Baldur. We wanted to remind players that Freya isn't just a terrifyingly powerful user of Vanir's magic, but also that she's a formidable warrior in her own right. Enraged by Kratos' invasion of justice by her hand, Freya will turn every weapon at her disposal towards her son's killer. Also suffering the loss of his sons and a half-brother, Thor's legendary bloodlust and wrath will be aimed at Kratos and Atreus. Referred to despairingly by Mimir as the biggest butcher bastard in the Nine Realms, Thor earned his title as one of the most powerful Aesir gods by wiping out nearly all the giants at the Odin's command. While we don't want to give out too much away right now, we think even a peek of Mjolnir wreathed in lightning will give you a hint at just how formidable Thor will be as an adversary. It would not be a God of War without healthy serving of visceral and spectacular combat. We've been able to see just a hint of new attacks abilities and new runic summons for Atreus, and of course the return of Kratos' legendary weapons. As a team, we work hard to take our learnings from the God of War 2018 and improve upon combat to feel fresh yet familiar. With God of War Ragnarok, one of our main goals was to push player choice in combat, whether it's through the hard-hitting combos and the mastery of elements or clever defense tactics. You will find plenty of opportunity to fight alongside our duo in a way that feels uniquely expressive. Whatever your choice of combat strategy, the enemies that await in God of War Ragnarok will be ready. The realms have grown harsher, and a whole host of new creatures from across Norse mythology will test your skills. From the trailer you can see what happens when Kratos finds himself under the hooves of the Stalker or grabbed between the jaws of the Dreki, and that's just the beginning. With an expanded cast of adversaries, we aim to keep each combat encounter memorable, with the smallest brawls to the big showstoppers bosses. We can't wait to show you more as we get closer to release. Fans who played the last game know they were able to visit 6 of the 9 realms during their journey. In God of War Ragnarok, you will be able to visit all 9. God of War Ragnarok will take you to the previous unreachable Vanaheim, Svartalheim and Asgard, as well as to new areas from locations featured in the last game. Exploring the realms will take you everywhere from verdant, otherworldly jungles to intricate subterranean mining networks. This next installment in the series will bring you a more diverse, beautiful, and mysterious variety of locations than in any God of War games. We're so happy to finally able to share a small taste of what we've been working on over at the Santa Monica Studios since the release of God of War in 2018. As always, we're fans of our fans. We can't wait to see all the discussion, art, videos, and cosplay that you create. Make sure you tag us on the social or use hashtag God of War Ragnarok so we can see and share your amazing work. Your support for the series and our studio has been a pillar of strength for us during every moment of development on this title. Thank you to everyone in the God of War community for continuing to believe in this project and our team. We can't wait to share more as we get closer to 2022 release of God of War Ragnarok on the PS4 and the PlayStation 5. We actually also got an opportunity of seeing all the characters and the way they're dressed now in the God of War Ragnarok as well. We actually got an opportunity of seeing Thor himself too. A lot of you may say like, wait, what is this? Why is Thor fat? And again, if you guys do not know the mythology of, Norse's mythology, I should be more, exact. Thor is actually, the way he's portrayed here is practically correct. He should be quite fat. Well, again, it's not necessary to say that he's fat, but he does like to have his beer. Alright. Other than this, there wasn't anything particularly else. We will find out far more about this game in 2022. We already know that the game's coming out 2022, so that's excellent. Like I said, there has been a delay from 2021 to 2022. Release date we don't yet not sure. If I would have to, give a predicament or, my guess, I would highly have to say perhaps it would be sometime in September of 2022. Now, I'm saying that due to because the Horizon Forbidden West is coming in February, and I'm sure PlayStation would like to separate out the releases. Now, and again, it is a possibility that if there's not a big game coming in 2022, perhaps maybe God of War will actually get a release in like May or April like it was for 2018. If you guys do not know, I believe it came out on the 20th of April of 2018. That was the release of the God of War, the God of War basically game. One other information, for some reason they did not mention this PlayStation blog, I apologize, is basically that this is pretty much wrapping up the Norse mythology of God of War. This Ragnarok, you can't stop the Ragnarok, no matter what you do. That's the prophecy anyway. Now, of course, in terms of the game, we don't know how that'll actually develop. Maybe they will stop it for some odd means necessary. Maybe someone dies, maybe somebody lives. We don't know. We know nothing. But one thing is for sure is that Norse is going to be gone. If I will have to give my guess, it probably would be the next step would be going towards Egyptian mythology. So almost at the end of the trailer, we got an opportunity of seeing another new character, a giant, right? He basically refers to as God of War in the Norse mythology. He is named by Tyr. We also got an opportunity of seeing him in the art style, like exactly how he looks, and he has these weird tattoos on his left hand. If you do pay attention closely, you can see the resemblance of something interesting. There's glyphs or, the art, the tattoo resembles of the Egyptian mythology and Egyptian writing. So perhaps that's already the indication that we may be going towards the Egyptian, whatever means, right? Now, of course, we don't know how everything will turn out. Maybe because the Ragnarok, they figure out like God of War, Kratos and Atreus, they figure out that they cannot stop the Ragnarok, and so they have to flee. And perhaps that's the reason that they went all the way to Egypt, But still, this is going to be interesting. Cannot wait. Tell me down in the comments what it is that you're looking to from this game. Tell me down in the comments. I'd love to read it. Okay, well, like and subscribe. See you guys all. And have a wonderful day.